Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and next to me, providing insights, will be Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. Always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Haaland! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Japan with the corner. They're first. Tries to get it clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. And here's Lewandowski. They want to be quick to recover this. Nice interception, well timed. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, I think this team can do themselves a massive favour by playing to this guy, Jeremy Doku's strengths. He's a bit of a nightmare for many defenders, and it's because of the fact that while a lot of wingers can be inconsistent, this guy has got some real substance. And initially, yes, he did struggle on making those connections to players in the box. Now, it's all beginning to work out.
Yes, getting the best out of him will... Big chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Bellingham really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 2 then. Real chance here. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, that's nice. And they've switched it over to the other side. Rafinha. Hakimi. Bruno Fernandes receives it in a wide position. Lovely feet. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Mendes, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. And the pass is intercepted. Bensebaini. And it's Chouameni. Now that looks... Chance for a shot! It's run loose. Oh, what has happened here? Eder Militao did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Strokes it back. Tries to play it through. Rafinha. It's Bellingham. Oh, easy pickings there. Zielinski. 15 minutes till half-time. Zielinski. He's being urged to shoot. Doku was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Nuno Mendes. Zielinski. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Oh, no question, that's a foul. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. Bruno Fernandes. Fired deep. Big header! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Goal! Japan! And Japan are in front. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Japan are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Doku, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength. The sort of desire we hope will spread.
Climbs up big! Oh, should really have made more of that.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Chouameni, that's a pretty loose pass. Rice. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Some first half thoughts?
Japan deserve to be ahead and probably should be in front by more considering the amount of chances they've managed. Everything points to more of the same second half and a good solid win.
Japan leading 1-0 at the break. And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
And here's Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski! Goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Inter Milan grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Gabriel promptly onto that, and that is that. Zielinski. Bruno Fernandes. And this is Lewandowski. Japan can breathe again. Just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. It's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now. Japan really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure, and come again.
He has found the way through. Place it in low. Japan have their third corner. Holland! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Aimed beyond the defence. Mbappe! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Lopez. He gets big! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. Backward it goes. He's had a shot! Goal! Inter! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Inter Milan take the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Rice. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Into the last quarter of an hour. Rice. And it's Sunset. That is a brilliant interception. Tries to pass it through. Sunset is onto this. Gabriel clears. It's Lewandowski! Should have equalised.
Lewandowski really wanted that, didn't he? Probably a little too much, to be honest.
And that's really well manoeuvred. Japan are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick. Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Haaland.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Nuno Mendes. And he welcomes it in. And the shot! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Haaland. Hakimi. Played out towards the right wing. Aimed in towards the centre. He's tried one! There will be 4 extra minutes. And now they can clear their lines. Rice. Alvarez. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And that's it. Japan did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Japan, absolutely shocking here. Shockingly porous down the middle, which was painfully exploited, and that's left plenty for the manager to think about. A painful reminder of where standards really need to be.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And already we're underway here. And that is expertly dealt with.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, it's hard to ignore Bellingham, Peter, because he's been compared to so many past England greats. His versatility, the unpredictability, those late runs from deep that make him a great threat. Will he reach those heights? He certainly has all the potential.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. More and more pressure on the ball here. Araujo. Nothing significant to report up to this point, but we are still very early in the game. Bellingham. And here's Haaland. Played out wide, played back in. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Whistle's gone, that's foul. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Searching pass he's played there. Oh, well played, well played.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Chouameni. Japan looking to pass their way through. Gabriel deals with that comfortably. And it's Hakimi. Chouameni. And it's Bellingham. To Bruno Fernandes. Cross to the back post. Oh, smashing header! Now, who's going to be first to this? Rafinha. So, what can they make of this? He shifted it to the flank. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Hakimi with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Bensebaini. Bruno Fernandes. Bensebaini. And it's Bruno Fernandes. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And here's the chance to counter. Now it's Haaland. And they've switched it over to the other side. Great vision. Rafinha could try cutting inside here. Tries to get it clear. Zielinski. Araujo cuts it out. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Doku. Knocks it into space. Now it's Zielinski. Oh, that's delightful. Oh, he's played it in low. And that has been clubbed away. No way through. Bruno Fernandes. Lewandowski is onto this. Big chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Inter Milan with the corner. They're first. Look at the space. And the finish! Goal! Inter! Inter Milan are in front now. The game's only goal.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react. Japan truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Bruno Fernandes, ready to try one. Bruno Fernandes! This time, surely! Same again, same outcome.
Japan really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Rice. And that was nowhere near his best. Nuno Mendes. Rafinha. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Tries to pass it through.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Haaland. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Rafinha goes for a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And the first half is done. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Whistle goes and we start the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Chouameni with the clearance. And this is Lewandowski. Oh, nice touch. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now it's Thuram, and he's managed to get free. Oh, that's a fine interception. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Doku powering forward here. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride, and they're just not doing that. Was that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Japan still chasing a one-goal deficit here. And here's Thuram. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Hakimi. Chouameni. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Japan really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Bruno Fernandes! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low. And here's Haaland. And it's Hakimi. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Pedri. Bellingham does really well there. He is strong. It's a threat. He's having a shot! In he goes again. It's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Zaire Emery showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Alvarez. Japan couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Haaland being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Can he get onto this? He's found a way through. Chance for a shot! Goal! Inter! Into the lead once more. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until...
Oh, they could be caught out here. He is through here. So much time and space. Can he finish? Oh, he's hit the bar. Very nicely done. And that has been knocked clear.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Doué going face-to-face with his great rival. Eder Militao. Oh, this looks sharp. Japan are in a tearing hurry to save themselves here.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves. It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Can he get it through? Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now? Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
And it's Sunset. That's very neat. Knocks it out wide. Nuno Mendes with the cross. Shoots! He's got a goal! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
All square again into the dying minutes.
Well, those players out there must be exhausted now, Peter, but at least they have momentum, which augurs well if this goes to extra time.
Sunset. Hakimi. That's it. We're going to get 30 minutes more.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
So a brief breather and then extra time. Stern test this for the endurance, for the character of the players as we head into extra time. Japan did fantastically well to force extra time, having been on the brink of defeat in normal time. In fact, you could say they're the better off of the two teams, at least psychologically.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And that's really well manoeuvred. Pedri wins the duel this time. Well, that is one way to stop him. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that has found him in acres of space.
He rises!
And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Valverde. Here's Chouameni. Szoboszlai. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Japan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Out towards the flank. Looking to go deep. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Mbappe. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Donnarumma claims comfortably. We've reached the midway point in extra time. Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner? And so the last chance to find a winner. It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Eder Militao. And here's Lopez. Takes a shot!
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Can he finish? Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Gravenberg fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
Tries a shot! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Inter really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
He's on it, and the shot! He's keen, determined to have his say. The corner count is rising. That's 6. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. And the keeper's got it again. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Japan finding their passes. Back into the middle. Aimed beyond the defence. Now it's DiMarco. DiMarco puts the ball in.
Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
He gets big! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Ruben Dias. DiMarco. Passing is crisp and sharp.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Picked up chance! Dealt with nicely by the defence. Sunset. Now it's Haaland. There's the whistle, and it is going to penalties.
Look, I've been in this position myself, and after a grueling game, you don't want to back down if the manager asks you to take a penalty for fear of appearing weak. You can't let fatigue cloud your judgment.
Well, the players look exhausted, but one last act. We're back in a moment for penalties. And he puts them one up.
Yeah, made his mind up very quickly and just didn't waver.
Mbappe is the next man in the spotlight. Ah, it's a tame penalty, straight at the keeper.
Oh, he never looked comfortable over that, did he?
This to double their advantage. Great stop! And the keeper punches the air.
Well, he had a little look at the goalkeeper, and maybe that put him off. He just did what he was asked.
Alvarez is third in line. That's a good penalty.
Brilliantly done. Never took his eye off the keeper either.
Fermin will take the third penalty. And the keeper's come up trumps.
Oh, that's a super save from the keeper.
This to put them two up. Oh, it's saved. Pretty much straight at him.
I suspect a change of mind could have been the problem then.
He steps up to take the fourth penalty. Terrific penalty, unsavable.
Yeah, made his mind up very quickly and just didn't waver.
Valverde is the last of 5 scheduled takers. Big character, big moment, big save. Donnarumma obliged to stop this to keep them alive. That's it! It is done! So it all ends in heartbreak. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And already we're underway here. Gives it back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
Bruno Fernandes. Oh, that's an excellent interception. And he's managed to get rid. Rice did well to step in there. That was more than necessary.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Doku has been caught there. It's a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And the shot! Goal! Inter! And Inter go in front. So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Lewandowski. And it's Mendes. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Oh, they can break here. Doku. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Doku. Lovely bit of skill. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Chance for a shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Inter Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. He's having a shot! It's there! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! It is a good finish. The odds were against him, little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Inter Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Oh, that's neat. Bruno Fernandes. That is lovely. Rice. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Hakimi. Araujo.
Pretty robust defending.
Now it's Doku. Oh, that's fabulous. Turns back here, probably the best option. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Lewandowski. Here's Chouameni. Rafinha. And it's Mendes. Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. And he's played it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Nicely weighted ball. Nuno Mendes tries a cross. Doku. Doku going full tilt down the left. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Bellingham.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
He's through here. Haaland gets into some space. Rafinha has a shot! Rafinha. And it's Zielinski. And it's Rice. No way through there. Now it's Zielinski. Lewandowski. Rafinha. And here's Haaland. Now that looks a decent ball. Cross from Rafinha. Oh no, this does not look good. Bellingham. Oh, it's played into the air. Oh, smashing header! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And we've reached half-time. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I'm looking at the body language, Peter, and it doesn't look great. It's going to be pretty hard for them to pick themselves up from here, but there's still a maybe at play. Maybe they'll thrive on the adversity.
And we're underway again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Time and again they are repelled. Bruno Fernandes. Botman gets a foot in here, looking to play him in.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
And he cuts out the supply, and that's gone loose. Bellingham. Saliba deals with that comfortably.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Hakimi. He slings it in, and he's cleared it back out. Zielinski. Araujo gets across to intercept that. Played towards the other side. Nuno Mendes. Rafinha is in a really good position out wide. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Rice.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
He's found a way through. Decent chance! And it's there! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
A case now of complete control. Haaland being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to...
And a chance! Goal! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Bellingham demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Inter Milan choosing to make the first change. So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Rafinha aimed. Haaland! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Haaland has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Chouameni, and it's Hakimi. And here's Bellingham. A real chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And they've got rid. Nuno Mendes plays a sharp little ball here. Rafinha receives it in a wide position. Zaire Emery with the clearance. Looking for options for movement. He is through here. Mbappe skims one in. Shapes to shoot! Just about up to 75 minutes. Engages and forces him off the ball. Haaland. Now it's Haaland. And he shoots! It's their second corner of the game. Saliba is there to clear. Corner number 3 coming up. They've played it short. Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. Yildiz. And it's Sunset. He's had a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Gravenberg did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And it's made its way to him. Chance, surely! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And he gets rid in a hurry. And now they can spring out of defence. Hakimi, it's a searching pass. Haaland. Zaire Emery. And it's Zaire Emery. Mbappe gets into a good position. Valverde. And it's Sunset. Tries to play it through. And Sunset. Oh, this is a great position. Japan have reclaimed it. Knocks it into space. And that will be it. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Japan desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Back happy at the end of 90 minutes. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it.
We have already started here.
So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, this fella, Maignan, we all remember him, Peter, from his stint in his native France. That time he took an unfancied side to the title against all the odds. I think he had 21 clean sheets that year, which is over half the games, and proof that goalkeepers can make a real difference.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident. Passing is crisp and sharp. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Conte. It's Camavinga. He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. Upamecano. Saliba. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Davids. Van Bommel. Now, what about a counter-attack? Cruyff. Oh, that was vital. That pass has been well intercepted. Van Basten! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Van Basten clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. It's not an especially good pass, that. And he's managed to get free. Saliba engages and forces him off the ball. He's found a way through. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, perfectly measured that. He is through here. Shapes to shoot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. That's been cut out. Well played. Van Bommel. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Threads one in. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And this is Van Nistelrooy. Judge, surely! Goal, the Netherlands! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to.
Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Had too much room. It was one of those instances when desperate measures were called for, and it was a reckless lunge.
Real pressure penalty, this. A formality. We're level. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position then.
France grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up.
He's having a shot! Goal, France! And the comeback is complete. And that was as close to certain as can be.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
France go into the lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Just eases him off the ball. Cruyff. And that has been cut short. Well read, and the danger is averted. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
The Netherlands clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Can he finish? Oh, it's come loose.
Mbappe really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support.
Can he finish? Oh, he's been caught on it here. Produced. And again! It's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Utterly unsophisticated, but stuck away with unashamed certainty.
Oh, it's a fantastic assist as well, Peter. Delivered at pace, the diversion, that's all that was needed.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Oh, this looks sharp. Well, that has not gone well. Back into the middle. Timber providing an outlet on that flank. And they're quick to get it back. Now it's Van Basten. Hullet. Chance for a shot! And another try! It's a goal! On the cusp of half-time, he delivers with perfect timing. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
The Netherlands get themselves back into contention.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Konate. And it's Van Basten. No way through. Oh, super find. Goes down, but nothing given. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Now it's Doué. Van Basten. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. There's the whistle for half-time. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides. And we're underway again.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not...
There's the shot! There's a goal! Such thrill, such noise, and how this matters! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
This has become one superb game of football.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Camavinga. And here's Mbappe. Good pressure, determined, intense. Van Bommel.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now it's Cruyff. Konate did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
The Netherlands have clearly reached a level of comfort in this half. Why not use the impetus to plough on?
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Dembele looking to play him in. Over to the left. France claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. The Netherlands are looking to go forward now. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Quarter of an hour into the second half. And he's away. Might be... Tries a shot! Really well taken goal. Timber. Well, what about it? The Netherlands have come back from the very brink. And here's Van Nistelrooy. And he's lost his man here. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Looking for a runner. Oh, that's fabulous. They get a throw in. He's in a great position here. Oh, shooting chance! It's bounced back off the post. Davids. The Netherlands have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, the manager must be thinking to...
On the finish! That is decidedly lacking.
He'll be irritated with that, Peter. He really did spring into life as he made his run.
Cruyff quietly revving up. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Barcola unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Barcola! Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Mbappe. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Stood up well to him there. Conte. Lovely passing, lovely movement as well.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
He's looking to win it for them. France needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Timber cuts out the pass. Davids.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And it's Davids. Mbappe, absolutely focused then on the... That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Van Dijk has been given his marching orders. He had already been on a yellow card from a previous incident. Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Now it's Barcola. Davids gets over and intercepts. Van Bommel can see things others simply cannot.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Oh, terrible pass.
Barcola. Chance to deliver. Cleared without hesitation. Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Pull it. Camera. It's a searching pass. And a chance! Oh, what about that? And that has raised the roof! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
And that is as far as it goes. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
The Netherlands just may have felt a little extra pressure in front of their own fans that caused a nervousness and tension.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So off we go then. Now here is a true legend of the game. In fact, some still say, Jim, that he's the greatest number one there's ever been.
The mighty...
Decent chance! What a wonderful goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
And this is Totti. He's through, it's one-on-one. And the finish! Goal! And that takes him up to 30. 30 goals for this side. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And now he has two. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm.
Del Piero! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? Takes a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! The crowd demanded and he was thrilled to oblige. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Pellegrini, and this is Del Piero. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Italy look out of sight already. They'll struggle to let it slip from here. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Great vision. Chips it through. And this is Totti. Oh, that's and the shot! And it's in! There is a man right at the top of his game. And he just knows it. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
And that's it. My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle. Now here is a true legend of the game. In fact, some still say, Jim, that he's the greatest number one there's ever been.
The mighty Gianluigi Buffon.
Shoots!
Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty.
Italy presented with a golden opportunity here. So this the chance to fire his team in front.
Oh, he's missed!
Oh, Peter, I'm not a great reader of body language, but I didn't like the way he walked up to that.
Calafiori is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Palmer gets a cross in.
Great chance!
And he was there to get a vital touch.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
England with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. They've played it short. Solanke,
Decent chance!
loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Corner number 2 then. Buffon breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Italy have the chance to go the other way.
And the finish! It's in!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty.
Big chance! He's got a goal!
And they're at it again in double quick time. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So it is that time again. Every team looks to write its own special script. Moments like this are to be savoured. Hopes are high. A good start. That is what they all want. Every game feels like a special one in Buenos Aires, even more so perhaps in this neighbourhood of Núñez, famously inhabited by a true heavyweight of South American football, River Plate.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Now here is a true legend of the game. In fact, some still say, Jim, that he's the greatest number one there's ever been.
The mighty Gianluigi Buffon. Yeah, he might get my vote too, Peter. When you consider his consistency at the highest level. Okay, he may not be as skillful with the ball at his feet as some of the younger contenders, but you certainly wouldn't want him lining up for the opposition. What a goalkeeper.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, he's trying to skip past his man.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, not the best way to deal with it, but the old threat of pace clearly made him feel a tad uncomfortable.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And we have the first dead ball situation of the game. Promising one. Brilliant save from Buffon! That's a fine save.
Absolutely terrific. Terrific reflexes. Goalkeeping at its very best.
Brazil with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And now they can spring out of defence. Pellegrini looking to penetrate opposition lines. There's the delivery. They're battling for the right to play in the early stages. Brazil looking to pass their way through. Knocks it into space. And this is Ronaldinho. Lovely bit of skill. Gattuso proves too strong. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And
Great chance! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Vinicius Junior has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Kaká plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Pellegrini. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Still goalless. Wriggles his way through. Can he get it through? He's on it.
And a chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Pellegrini actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And that has been cleared. Ronaldinho cuts it out. Brazil are looking to go forward now. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Brazil were a team looking for an outlet, and it seems, Jim, as though they've found one.
Yeah, and if that allows them to get people running at and even going beyond that defence, then you can start asking more questions.
Kaká. And it's Casemiro. Thiago Silva. And Casemiro. Cafu. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. And here's Vinicius Junior. Roberto Carlos.
Ah, lovely feed. He is such a good mover.
Bergomi, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
And here's Del Piero.
Goes for a shot! Calafiori, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Great defending, strong and determined.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he?
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing.
Casemiro. Kaká. Now it's Ronaldinho.
Well, that is one way to stop him. And it's Pellegrini.
And here's Del Piero.
Spread neatly.
It is a corner.
Corner number 2 then. Not the most accurate. He's having a shot! Has crossed into the middle.
Roberto Carlos.
And it's Guimaraes. Danilo wins the duel this time. Danilo did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
No, he refuses to take the bait.
That's good running with the ball. And the counter is on.
He shifted it to the flank.
And Del Piero!
He's done very well to get to...
There's the whistle for half-time.
Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
So we reach the halfway point.
Italy ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. And the second half gets underway.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Casemiro.
Pinches it off him. Calafiori
Did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Del Piero. Has a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Cafu. Casemiro.
Here's Bruno Guimaraes.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. And he has been fouled there. Vinicius Junior.
Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Cafu. And he's gone searching crossfield. Early ball. Well, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Kaká. And it's Casemiro. For Thiago Silva. And it's Roberto Carlos. Bruno Guimaraes. Almost an hour gone. Ah, now can they counter? That's good vision. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Brazil can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way.
Now it's Barella. Totti. Shot. Shoots! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Italy have their third corner.
He gets big!
And now a sudden chance to counter.
Roberto Carlos.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Played out to the right. Oh, he's found support out wide.
Well played and well cleared.
Pellegrini. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Bruno Guimaraes. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Almost 75 minutes on the clock now.
Bruno Guimaraes.
And it's Casemiro. Out to the right.
He's picked his way through. He is just caressing the ball.
And it's Casemiro.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Roberto Carlos goes on a charge down the left.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Italy are looking to break at pace. Totti going face-to-face with his great rival.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
Bruno Guimaraes. Thiago Silva. Just 5 minutes left.
He's being urged to shoot. Big chance! Well, now it's a race for the...
In he goes again!
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And this is Del Piero. Casemiro. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Danilo.
Ambitious ball here.
Well, at least they acknowledge the effort.
The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Well, 0-0 doesn't offer a fair reflection of what we've seen. The game's been vibrant. I think the atmosphere has remained buoyant, and we just need the scoreline to step into line.
Well, fitness and fatigue, the key factors now as we head for extra time. "90 minutes gone and nothing between them still."
And it's Guimaraes.
Now Ronaldinho.
Pellegrini simply refused to be outdone there. And it's Pellegrini.
And here's Totti.
And here's Gattuso. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Ronaldinho, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Ronaldinho.
He steps in, and that's the end of that.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. And it's Ronaldinho.
Oh, great feat, that.
Totti.
Tries to play it through, and he was quick to react.
Cafu,
Nicely weighted ball. He is through here.
such good technique.
Cafu.
There's the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
There's a certain aura about him today. Tremendous.
Oh, he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Cafu.
He's in plenty of space here.
Kaká tries making a foray down the right. No foul, says the referee. Now it's Del Piero. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. That's it for the first period of extra time.
So 15 minutes to find a winner, but is there anything left in the tank?
Is there to be drama in these final 15 minutes? It's been cagey for this long. Will the last 15 minutes be any different? Del Piero!
Oh, split-second reaction.
Del Piero really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And it's Pellegrini. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example. This has been a better game than the scoreline suggests, and it really does merit a goal.
It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Nesta gets it away.
And they're back on the ball again. Played out wide. Gattuso. Pellegrini.
Now it's Totti.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. And here's Pirlo.
Douglas Luiz. Well, that'll do under the circumstances. And that's been intercepted.
And that is it. There will be penalties.
Yeah, and at least they both had a go at winning it in extra time. It's often the opposite.
So it comes down to this, a final rallying cry, and then kicks from the spot.
An exchange of stares, and we're ready to go.
1-0.
Well, you can't approach a penalty with any doubt, or you'll have to rely on luck.
Del Piero
Is the next man in the spotlight. Oh, it's a really good save.
Well, he had a little look at the goalkeeper, and maybe that put him off.
Brazil with this chance to pull two clear.
No, he's hit it right at the goalkeeper.
Oh, he never looked comfortable over that, did he?
Totti is second man up.
Oh, Cooley does it.
Always a little more pressure when you're trailing, but it didn't show.
The third man in the queue.
And he puts it away.
You need a very strong mind in those situations. Any penalty that goes in is a good one.
Pirlo is the third man to step forward.
Yeah, it's a guessing game for the keeper, and he guessed wrong.
Luis is the fourth man to step forward for them.
He was always looking good there. Nice penalty.
He steps up to take the fourth penalty. It's 3 apiece. Roberto Carlos with the last of the first 5 penalties.
Right in the bottom corner. Some nerve.
He knew exactly what he wanted to do there and executed it perfectly.
The margin of error is 0. What poise! What noise!
Looks like he's done it 1,000 times. Never looked like missing.
Saved! Keeper's done brilliantly.
Well, he felt the goalkeeper outsteered him there, which gave him the edge.
So it is all down to him now. No pressure. And he delivers. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours.
Your final thoughts, Jim?
Italy can be really happy with this. I saw it as one of these defining games for them, and they showed real character to get the job done. A big statement for anyone who might be up next.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands.
I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Now it's Brady. Fired deep towards...
Terrific header!
Harmlessly behind.
I don't think there's a player out there, Peter, who is as tactically flexible as Francesco Totti. Of course, we know him best as a number 10 or a deeper line forward.
And does history record him as the first player really to play that kind of false nine role?
Yeah, I think that's right. And he was able to do that because of his great physicality to go with that wonderful technique. Who would have thought at the time that he would start a global trend, one that's become a standard now in leagues all around the world?
Trailblazer.
Absolutely.
Cullen. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, this looks sharp. Distributed tidily. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
He's having a shot! Goal! Japan! And Japan are in front.
An act of charity gratefully received.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
So we have the first goal.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Vieira does really well to win the ball there. Pelé. Vieira can so cleverly bypass the press. Ireland deciding to turn to the long ball now. That is pretty evident.
Yeah, it is clear that they've decided to take a more direct route to goal now, but, you know, they can't just continue doing this and make it predictable. And importantly, they've got to look to win the second ball. If they do that, they should get right up the pitch.
Yeah, they really should.
Lam.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point.
And the score is 1-0.
And he's intervened well there. Ferguson. And it's Totti. Now he's had it taken off him. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Pull it. Oh, good spread. He's in plenty of space here. He's picked his way through. And no, he's seen through all of that. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be.
Brady.
Looking for options for movement. Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
Oh, shooting chance!
Well, now it's a race for the ball. Pele, who needs just a moment to score a goal.
Japan can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
So what can they make of this? There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Goes looking wide. That's a shade optimistic. Totti! And he's kept it out. They want to be quick to recover this. Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. That's a decent clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. Vieira does really well there. He is strong. He's fizzed it forward. Nesta calmly anticipates. Thuram. Nesta is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. And it's Vieira. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Japan leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And we're underway again.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Doherty. Cullen. Doherty. That's gone for a throw-in. Iniesta. Iniesta quietly revving up. Now it's Totti. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Brady. Passing is crisp and sharp. Thuram. Long ball looking to counter.
Japan have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat.
Chance for a shot! He's scored! And this is getting better and better. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Japan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Passing nice and neat. Bullet constantly looking for the ball into the box.
Japan are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
They've got a throw in. That's good running with the ball. Now it's Pele. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Alarm. Ball played for Nesta. Here's a man who his teammates can look to in all times. Ireland looking to pass their way through. Doherty stood his ground strongly. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Pele. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Crosses it in, climbs up big. Oh, it's fallen loose again. Yes! And they are cruising away. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
Three 0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Dealt with nicely by the defence. Thinks about the shot. Big header! Oh, brilliant save.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Into the last quarter of an hour. Defending was strong and firm. Now it's Pele. Hullet. He's found a way through. And here comes the corner. Ireland making consecutive changes here. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. And that's a throw-in. And here's Totti. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now he's off and running. Japan are almost home and dry now. He's got away. Lovely bit of skill. Now it's Iniesta. Now, can they get him away? Lovely pass, but can he? Big chance! It's in! It is no contest. It is a landslide. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Japan are having a ball here. Into the last 5 minutes. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. And that's played in low.
There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
Has a look and plays it forward. That's a pretty loose pass. Knocks it into space. Oh, that's chance! And yes, it's there! Pomp, panache and passion. This, a man full of it all.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
Japan are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. Luis Suarez. Pele. Totti providing an outlet on that flank. That's the end. Japan, just a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick, and such fun. You really would fear for anyone playing up against them right now. Luis Suarez, very much the hat-trick hero. What an extraordinary game he had. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.